totally informal too, by the way. So. All right. So like you should be seeing here on Castle.
Yep, that's working.
You got it?
Yeah. I can see the picture, so it's nice.
You can see my fantastic Governor 562385151 tag. All right, well, good deal. And we got some people on, so hopefully people, not just from EMP, but hopefully from our entire kingdom. So pretty sweet that King Jelly's here and Destiny, our fearless leader. Hopefully we have new Destiny with us, not old Destiny. But well, cool. So Jelly, today gearing up for Pre-KVK stuff. I know this is a good outlet because London's done an awesome job with our, Kingdom Discord. So many resources. I'd encourage everybody to get that and download that if they don't already, because there's just a plethora of resources that I've utilized with this being my first KVK, and it's just awesome information. So, but in case they haven't yet, that's why I wanted to have you guys in here. I know you've done a fantastic job with like the mails, Kingdom mails, but I figured it'd be good to kind of show these guys what to expect coming up here. What, a day? Let's see, what is it? It's like a day away, isn't it? Let's see, next crusade. Yeah, a day, 6 hours away. So, and in regards to that, Joey, while I'm pulling this up, I mean, is there anything you want to tell Kingdom or say, just to kind of put it in context, everything?
Like regarding Pre-KVK?
Yeah.
So, we've been playing on this Kingdom 1803 for a while now. Obviously, everyone who probably is watching us from 803 ends. This is basically the big event that, people live for in Rise of Kingdoms. It's the KVK that people want to play. And it's, 8 kingdoms going up against each other. And the Pre-KVK is essentially the runner-up event for the actual KVK. So this is the event where you collect points, you compete with other kingdoms, and based on the points you get ranked. And as you can see, based on the rank, you get a certain buff.
Perfect.
And the better the rank you get, the better the buff is. So you can imagine the 3% attack damage or all damage is not that big of a deal in itself, but it's more than ego thing as well, and kind of having an edge on the moral side of everything.
Yeah, just it can kind of be an intimidation factor, I think, too, when you're going against a kingdom that you're like, crap, they've got a 3% KVK buff.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, everything adds up. You get 3% from there. You get from alliance technology, you get some percentage. So it's it all adds up later, and it's pretty significant.
Sure. Yeah. And so it looks like I'm going again. This is just one of the many documents on our Discord, our Kingdom Discord, but the stage 1. Killing the martyrs, it looks like it lasts 3 days, is that right?
Yeah, it lasts 3 days, and it's just non-stop killing marauders. Basically, this event is actually the best event to spend AP on. There's no better rewards for AP in the entire game. So this is if you want to dump AP and cash out big, this is you gotta put everything in there.
Okay. Yeah, and I think if people remember, you sent that mail out. There's some incredible rewards for this, and so kind of go through it for people like me that this is our first time going to KVK. You're going to kill these. They're basically just like bars, but just kind of a higher level, better rewards. and you're going to get these like parchment pieces, and then you're going to want to combine these to make anything. Is there any special strategy with, because I'm very impatient, like with these boxes that we're going through right now. I get them and I open them. Some people are better at letting them accumulate. Is there something we should be doing as far as holding on to all of them and then maybe wait until the end to combine those, or in case, I think there was a trading, you can trade them back and forth.
Yeah.
So maybe talk to that a little bit.
I think this is the same thing as with golden keys. Like everyone back in the day, I don't know if they still say it, but all the big YouTubers were back in the day saying, like, if you open the golden chests with the golden keys like one at a time, it gives you higher chance of rewards. And this is the same thing, like, it's all cognitive bias. It doesn't matter if you just open them up in a big bunch or just one by one. The things you get out of it, it's all the same. But there's different approaches, I guess. If you're impatient, of course, it doesn't really matter if you open right away. But if, for example, like our kingdom is thinking of kind of saving up and exploding in power, in the points on the third day, then that's something to bear in mind. And then maybe you want to not combine your fragments and not get the points before the third day. But other than that, it really doesn't matter. There's no special strategy. It doesn't matter like how many barbs you kill it with, what metal barbs you kill it with, what waters you kill it with. Like it's all the same. But obviously, if you do it, the more meshes you do it with, the faster you spend AP and the faster you get more satchels. So definitely the only best tip I could give is do it with 5 marches if possible at all. And find some friends to do it with. Honestly, it's totally fine to just get a group of like 2 or 3 people, and just run around the map and do it together.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's what makes active alliances so critically important too, because it's always nice to have so many people on where that's easy to execute. Just grab 4 or 5 people. So you're saying it's better to take minimal marches. It's not kind of like a barb event where you don't want to take all 5 marches out and kind of burn through AP like that. You just kind of take maybe 1 or 2 with a group of maybe 4 or 5 alliance members.
This is similar. I would also say take full 5 marches out and just go because that way you get more. You just burn through AP faster.
Oh, okay.
And it doesn't matter if you burn it through faster or not. You still get the same percentage parchments. Satchels. So it's it's the same thing.
Gotcha.
And
okay.
It's interesting because the pre-KVK consists of 3 events: marauders and training, and then defeating the encampments. But usually the main 2 ones are the marauders and training troops. The encampment one is basically a side thing. It's at the very end. If you want to catch up to a kingdom or something, then you can kind of do that. But the main points are usually gathered in Marauder and Training stage. And the Marauder stage is special because that usually shows how active your kingdom actually is.
Gotcha.
Because that is full free-to-play event. It all depends on how many people do it, how many AP people spend, and that gives a pretty clear indication of how active your kingdom is, and somewhat also how much your people have been able to start AP. Green troops is the second stage is where the big points come. So it's if you do really really well on the first stage, but you get smashed by another kingdom on the second stage, then you can there's an indication that maybe your kingdom is more active, likes to contribute more, but the other kingdom just has more whales. So it's it indicates two important things. And luckily for us, I think we're going to smash both stages. So.
Yeah. Well, I think kind of like we said at the beginning, you've done a great job preparing us. And so, so after that 3 days, then we got 3 days of stage 2, that training troops. And is there anything, I guess we're just going to be doing straight training buffs for the kingdom during those times. And it's going to be kind of action-packed more so than others. Is there anything you want to share with the Kingdom as far as kind of how we want to prioritize that buff? I know we've talked about it in council a little bit, just so people can be expecting, maybe certain times where it's not available to everybody because we're trying to get, T5 players to be able to do their troops with their expansions, and they need more than the, 2-minute time that we've been allowing up until this point.
So, for training, we do have like one entire kingdom buff, if not more. So there's going to be probably, I think we can do 4. We can fit 4 buffs inside the 3 days, and at least 1 or 2 of them are going to be for the big spenders, the ones who are going to train a bunch of tier 5s, because they just need that much more time. They need like at least 10-15 minutes generally to pump out the troops that they need.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's a rune, a 15% rune, then that buff is definitely going to go to have the priority for the big players. And it's nothing to do with like kind of having them as favorites and just doing everything according to them. It's just it makes more sense because those extra 5% or 15%, like the rune, that makes a lot more big of a difference for tier 5 players than the rest of us.
Sure.
Who just maybe do like a smaller amount.
Gotcha.
And it doesn't necessarily mean like they're going to use all the 4 hours up. Maybe we have more time at the end of the buff, so everyone can still kind of get the titles they want and train as well. But yeah.
And I think we're pretty fortunate. I know a good many of those T5 players, especially in your alliance of APOC, and all really good dudes and non-selfish and know what they're doing. So we can usually get through it pretty quick, and we're not just lollygagging, taking up all the time, just meandering.
Exactly.
We're mindful of the rest of the Kingdom too, but it is important. Those T5, making sure we have plenty of troops, because they're going to be the ones that are sending those guys to die to protect passes and flags and etc. So it's really for the benefit of the entire Kingdom. And something that I just learned recently, and we just want to thank you, because I don't think a lot of people understand, but all these buffs that you're popping for us, is it true? I mean, it costs a king like 2,500 gems or something like that to pop those buffs, doesn't it?
Like each buff costs a certain amount of gems. Like the building buff is 1,200, scientist buff is like I think 1,800, training buff is 2,500. So then it costs like a small amount of gems. But this is what I'm for. I'm just a gem bank for the Kingdom, so it's
well,
really worth it.
It's much appreciated, man, and I don't think a lot of people understand that, because they just want to know when the next buff is and how. But there's definitely a lot of thought and planning going in on your guys' side of it. So we're lucky to have you. And then lastly, what's this last stage that we'll have before KVK, Clash of Civilizations, is can you kind of explain what that is?
Yeah, so it's basically just rallying forts. They're the same as Marauders and Barbarians. They're the same thing, just different name and a bit stronger. So Marauder encampments are the same as forts, but they're just a bit stronger than the highest level. I think our highest level is 5 right now, so you can consider it as level 6 maybe.
I gotcha.
And it's kind of like by that point, most of the Kingdom has usually depleted most of their AP, and it's kind of just like having these rallies going on 24/7 based on the natural AP gain, and also maybe you have some potions, maybe you want to spend some. So that's the place to do that. And generally, the best idea for that stage is just to split the Kingdom into, or split your alliance territory actually, or sector into a few hubs, say 2 or 3 hubs. You split the people between those hubs, and basically those hubs can rally rally the fortresses around that area, because if you have people all in one space, then you will rally all the forts around it in like under an hour, and then you're, gotta start rallying further away, and that doesn't make sense. So it's keep rallies going 24/7. You have those multiple hubs to rally.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, Dez is definitely our. He loves doing some rallies.
Yeah, sure do.
He knocked out that 300 rally for the scroll thing, I think, and gosh, I mean, early. I haven't even done it yet. Let's see. This season challenge, that 300 right here. What was that like? I mean, you got that done like last week, I think.
I believe it's 500 forts.
Yeah. I'm only at 387, so. And so, yeah, people haven't been, and I think there's a little bit of time left on this strange, let's see, what did it run through? 625. But, this is a great place to, if you're kind of like me, behind on saving for AP, I just pulled that up. I've got, I think, quick math, I figured it out last night. I think that's like around 70, 80,000 of AP saved in pots. I know some of those guys, Jelly over there at A-Pot, they have 100,000 plus saved. And so if you're kind of like me or you have less and you're behind, people should know that in this event, the Strange Incidents event, which I'm done with, but if you just take a little time and grind it out and search these burning cities, there is a few. The best one I've seen is train 4,000 tier 2 troops, and there's 6 100 AP pots that are available for that quest, or whatever you want to call it. And so, you can do 15 a day. This is, the last day? Or is there one more after this reset? But I'd encourage people to just put a little bit of time in and do that. It's definitely worth the speed ups. You can train, 4,000 T2 any troop type, and you're going to get 600 AP points for that. I mean, that's, which you just explained, that the value out of that 600 that we're going to get out of those mortars and stuff, it's well worth the speed ups for sure.
Absolutely.
What do you think, man, about the new patch coming out and some of these, I don't know what you want to call them, but some of the more controls that the king is going to have on, like locking people down and...
You mean the skills?
Yeah, well, like I think I deleted that.
Tax imprisonment and those?
Yeah, like you can, like say somebody's just going rogue and just, because we have an awesome kingdom, we have some great kingdom rules in place for the benefit of the kingdom, and like no city burning and stuff, and occasionally you have that one maybe person that migrates in and is rogue and just goes bananas, and you try to zero in, but he'll keep random teleporting or whatever, and now you have the ability to kind of lock him down. The tax, I think, was the other one, right? Where you can pop a buff and you're going to get a little tax from all the resources collected. I know it's still kind of unclear of how exactly that works. Just they, Lilith will release those patch notes, and we don't know the details of it, but we kind of know the, grand scheme of things, the big picture of it. What anything in there that catch your eye that you're looking forward to having your hands on?
I know the details as well on these skills, so I can actually give some more information about them.
Oh, cool.
So people were originally very afraid of the tax skill, because it's like, the kings, some bad kings can now abuse it, like you just take everything that you gather away from you, and that's terrible. But it's actually not that bad at all. It's if you activate the skill, people in the entire kingdom get a 25% gathering speed boost for 8 hours. And 1% of what you gather is going to go to the king. So so much more with the 25% of gathering speed, and it's not as broken as people would think as well, because it limits your resources gained from the buff by 10 million each resource. So it's not like you can get like billions in one skill run, but it's rather just like, you know, a small thing. But still, it's a quite significant thing. It's essentially free 40 million resources, which you can use for, you know, whatever, like helping out your fighters in the kingdom in KVK, and you can just be like this official bank in the kingdom.
Yeah.
So I think this is one of the skills that should be ran every day. I'm not sure how it works. Like, you have to pay for it. Another cool idea that I had, or a question rather, is like, what if I'm the king? I start the tax skill. I capped at the 10 million resource mark in like an hour. What if I switch kings? Like, can he get the resources as well from 0 to 10 million then? Or,
九合诸侯，一匡天下。
something test out.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and the imprisoned skill is just locking someone down 30 minutes. This is definitely a game changer, as you said, for like rogue people, and I think that's going to be a huge game changer in like keeping your kingdom safe. But also, this can be used in KVK against other players. So I think we're going to see a lot more zeroing going on, especially with bigger players who might, you know, be more advanced and just jumping around and thinking, you know, they can't do that because they're so strong and so big. But you know, this skill kind of should get them worried because, you know, no one's safe.
It'll definitely save some of us that are kind of the enforcers, the zero enforcers, some teleports for sure.
Yeah, and this can actually be used in very, very many ways. For example, one of the ways that I sort of thought of is, what if you have like a huge war in one front, and you don't want an enemy whale to join that war for 30 minutes, you just lock it down. Like, he can't teleport in, and you're basically free to like kind of fight without the enemy having that big strong player. So you can essentially lock down one of the strong players for 30 minutes, and that's a really big thing. Of course, you know, you can kind of bypass it by having the big players and some marches into a French city and the French teleports. I think that's going to be possible, but still, it's still a big thing.
Yeah, for sure.
This only locks them down, though. I mean, he can still shield, right? Absolutely. Okay. So as long as he's not in frenzy, I mean, really, he would just be locked down for 30 minutes, and then he's free to go. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, you know, as I just said, in the scenario I gave, this is like a really big thing. But in like, you know, if you have a rogue player in the kingdom, then obviously it doesn't make a lot of sense to use it, or like it's no use to use it unless you catch them in an act, like Sub-Zeroing someone or killing someone. So, and then you just gotta be quick and taking them out. Exactly. Yeah, then the final skill is Leader, which gives 3% of all damage to troops around the commander that you select. And it doesn't actually say how long it lasts, so I'm assuming it's like, you know, until the commander dies. So maybe just help it on a Richard Charles, send them inside like a massive glob of your allied troops and just, you know...
Ich halte durch für mein Volk.
Damage, which is a big thing.
Hereditatem maximum imperi Romani creo.
Yeah, there's that taxation deal is, I mean, there's a lot of cool things you could do with that, as far as, you know, having a bank that feeds all the people on the front lines. And
Yeah, I noticed.
all right, there we go.
Yeah.
I had to call the IT department real quick.
Ich mag
But yeah,
scheitern,
so
aber
you
ich
could,
gebe
you know, create
niemals
a bank,
auf.
and I don't know, what would you do? Like, just make your farm account the king then, to during that buff or during that skill?
No, Actually, I
Mein
think
Sohn
the-
wird unsere
the biggest
ruhmreiche
advantage is
Linie
that you
weiterführen.
now have, at least in my opinion, you can have like a bank account that is not some small account that can be zeroed at any time if someone goes rogue. So now the bank can be the king, essentially, who generally has like, a decent amount of power and is not that easily zeroable as like some small farm account would be who's used this bank and didn't have to keep shields on it all the time.
Yeah.
I think this is the big bonus. I mean, as long as you kind of trust your king to not actually spend the resources on something else if you've decided that, it's going to go for the good of the kingdom.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's definitely key. I don't know. I've heard horror stories about
Ίασα την εχειρνή δατυλιχτήν επέριξ του τραχύλου μη και την οίκουσα κράζουσαν.
Because it's always a part of it too that you try to figure out as a player, what do you have and who can you trust and all that good stuff. So.
Ω Άνουβη, παραδίδω μισή την εμή ψυχή μικρήνην.
Des, Joey, anything that you think we've left out that people should know? I mean, other than be saving that AP for the next 24 hours as much as you can, because it's going to be wild.
Honestly, no. It's like the next 9 days in Pre-KVK will be very, very interesting. I think, especially if it's your first KVK, I think it's going to be quite exciting to see what's going to happen. And it's always encouraging, especially for our kingdom. I think in Pre-KVK, I'm very confident in our upcoming performance. It's very encouraging to see kind of how we do and give us some morale boost. And then once we land in Lost Kingdom, it's just fun after fun after fun. So just pray that the enemy actually fights us and doesn't run away or something, because people have been waiting for this for such a long time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's
difficult
when you have a kingdom like ours that everybody is aligned and on the same page, and it's, gosh, we migrated over here. What, Des, like 2 months ago, probably 60 days ago. Has it been that long? At least, huh? And
absolutely, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and so we don't have any wars, and everything's pretty much diploed out when talking about territory. And we've obviously, if we saw the map today versus 60 days ago when we were in there, if you remember, we started clear over here somewhere, in the side, and now here we are in the middle, and but the killing part, for those that enjoy the war part of the game and the fighting part of the game, it can get, as you know, every day some kind of tension or something, because we're ready to just go bananas. So we're glad KVK's right around the corner, because you need that outlet a lot of the time. So I know kill events have been crazy here. I don't know if I can still look at the history of that. I won't let us now, but that's kind of been our outlet in this kingdom, has been the kill events. And then even now, like as we get closer, we know that the best thing to do is kind of chill out on that, so we can save resources and stuff. So it's like everything suppresses the one thing that a lot of us enjoy. So we're very much looking forward to KVK, and I think our top 4 alliances are going to align well and work well together, and that's good too when you have that communication and just that synergy between your top 4. It just makes you so much strong. Each individual alliance of that top 4 makes them so much stronger, don't you think?
Definitely. I think the thing with other teams are that they're heavily underestimated. Also, I understand that very, very simple to think that you can't win against top kingdoms. But I promise you, this will change very, very fast. The 5 kingdoms will turn into 4, then it will probably turn into 3, and then then it's just 3 kingdoms against us. And even if it was 5 all the time, even if it's pretty strong, kind of think that this is the best way to go, they will find out it isn't. Then even then, they're heavily underestimating us, and I think,
We shall meet again, Saladin.
yeah, exactly. I want to add real quick that, when you look at other kingdoms,
Imperatore, non dubitare mea devotionem.
and I look at mine, our kingdom, we have the top 10 alliances that we have in our kingdom, I would say are all pretty solid alliances. Even 5, 6, and 7 would be good matches against top 4 alliances in other kingdoms, and that's something I don't think they're really considering. They're just looking at the big 4, and they're not looking at the rest of the kingdom, because in the end, it's not just going to be the big 4 alliances. It's going to be the whole kingdom. Exactly.
Joey, how long, once we KVK starts, how long is the first season of KVK typically?
One season?
Yeah.
I think it used to be a lot longer, like a month longer, but now I think it's been reduced to like 50 days if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got.
So they kind of made it a bit faster paced, because previously there was a lot of like waiting around. The first safe zone, or zone 4, was like two weeks long before you could actually get some action. So it's like, just no point in coming into KVK just to farm for 2 weeks and not getting any action. But I think it's important for people to know why we're heavily kind of promoting, like, don't spend your resources, save them. It's because I think most people don't understand how fast their resources will actually go away. I think most of the people, if they haven't saved up significantly, they'll probably last for a few hours and then they're out. They're out of speed ups and obviously resources. Those go very fast in KVK.
Yeah, I can imagine. They go fast in the first 10 minutes of our kill events too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, on the resource front, typically what I try to do, like my resources, is I save. We get all these chests from killing barbs, or like these special events that are running now. You're getting all these pick 1 chests, or if you for low. Only do so at a time. Okay, there we go. All right, we're back. It's because 2 of us are in the States and one of us is on the other side of the world. It's called our mice aren't running the wheel fast enough. But no, typically what I try to do is we're getting all this extra. Just save all these. I've just been saving all these chests, like this level pick 4. I mean, that's a lot of resources right there. Just pretend like you don't have them, and then utilize your farming for stuff like your upgrades or troop training and stuff, and just try to hang on to this stuff as much as you can, all the tiles that you can. And, that's, like I was saying, for low spender, free to play, there's a lot of opportunity to collect those chests, even just killing barbs. As long as you have your talent tree set. Let's see, who's somebody gonna hit? Like,
Who is the real barbarian?
that's this talent right here. Trophy Hunter for your Peacekeepers, free to play. Make sure you've got that leveled up, because you're getting an extra 1,000 food, wood, or 500 stone. 750 stone, 500 gold, just for doing something you should be doing all the time anyways, killing barbs, and you don't. That doesn't sound like very much, but it's you can see. It adds up quick. So got almost 1,000 of those chests. So that's just that's key. If you could live off of what we have at the top here, just your farming for your upgrades and stuff, and save that. That'll help, I think, in KVK. Good deal. Well, man, I know it's getting late on your side of the world, so I'm running out of things to say. But
I mean, now we just gotta show actions in pre-KVK and KVK, and
exactly.
hopefully we can get some good content for you as well.
Yeah, we'll be recording stuff, and like I said, I just have this for Kingdom and Alliances just to record some of the highlights, so we always have a place to go back and kind of see that journey, you know, where we started and everything we went through. It makes it all worth it, because that's what it's about. Just kind of reminiscing about that stuff. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully this will be helpful for those people, motivating. We've got a very active Kingdom, so I'm not worried about like the activity. I'm actually worried about being able to find those things, because we have such an active Kingdom. It's gonna be crowded chasing those martyrs around, I think.
For sure. I mean, we're just gonna have to see how it goes, because honestly, I've been playing this game for a long time. I've been starting off in many kingdoms, and this is probably one of the most active kingdoms I've ever seen. And I think people just don't realize that. Our kingdom is being talked about in many places, like Facebook groups are talking about us. Some streamers are, people in streams are asking to open us up, because we actually are kind of huge for pre-KVK one timing, and it's incredible to see. I think we were one of the strongest kingdoms in like all of 1750 kingdoms above, something like that.
Yeah, like going all the way up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I mean, I think it's just a testament to the use King, but also our alliance leaders, and then how we all collaborate, and I think being on the same page for sure. Not that we don't have our differences every now and then, but we seem to be able to work through them.
That's totally fine. The most important part is that you're able to talk them out and settle everything, because differences are good. I like differences, and I like when people, bring up their own opinions, which aren't the same as yours, and we can argue about them. It can get fiery, because I know we have people who are stubborn. We have people who just, want to say what they want to say, and I think that's great, as long as we, figure something out at the end of the day.
Well, that we have no killing in this kingdom, so like we got to take our aggression out somewhere, Jelly.
Yeah.
So, all right. What am I supposed to say something like, if you like this video, you need to subscribe and mash that like button? Isn't that what all these content creators do? So,
Exactly.
We get this.
Yeah.
My whole idea for this, we get this thing big enough, and maybe it starts monetize. You get some monetary value from it. We'll just link a Kingdom bank to the account, and then we can just maybe hook some of those free to play players and low spenders up with some chests every now and then with whatever the YouTube channel makes. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Give back.
Absolutely.
So hopefully everybody tell their friends, and we'll get some more subscribers here, and we'll keep putting out good content. I think we'll see what people like. I like this format, especially if we keep it relevant as new events are coming out, like day before or something. We can hop on and just make sure people know, how to best maximize the benefit out of it, And I think especially for kind of those free to play low spenders, they're always interested in trying to figure out how to maximize the value out of certain stuff. So
Yeah.
but all right, well we'll just we'll end it there then, unless you guys have any closing thoughts. We need to do a video on this for sure. How to kill Lost Temple Guardians without early hitting, and I've put out a couple videos, but it's still, like I said, with an active kingdom like ours, I mean, you can't even see the screen because it's just cut. You got a Lost Temple Guardian there, and you got 3 trillion troops covering it up. So, but it's all good. We're a lot better today than we were when it opened up, though, so we're always improving. But, all right, Joey. King Joey and Des, appreciate you guys joining me today. And we'll look forward to doing it the next time.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll see you guys.
For sure.